Alright everyone, well, I know it's been a while since I've done a movie review, and, well, I still haven't really gotten to the movie theaters yet. I've mostly been streaming stuff, and I do want to talk about one movie in particular that I've been longing to watch, and it's on HBO Max, and that is the Justice League Snyder Cut, or Zack Snyder's Justice League. Okay, in case you don't know the backstory behind the 2017 theatrical version of the movie, which I did sort of enjoy. You know, I gave it some praise when it was first released, and I could sort of see why people were mixed to somewhat negative on this version, because first things first, even though it does say on the back of the box and in the opening and end credits of the movie that it was directed by Zack Snyder, who also did, of course, Man of Steel, which I pretty much praised and I thought was really good, like most other people did. And of course Batman v Superman, which again was mixed to somewhat negative. There were some good things I liked about it and some things not so great about it. So yeah, it was a mixed bag. And the same could be said about this one, even though for the most part it did seem a little bit rushed. And that is because, of course, Zack Snyder did not fully direct this movie. He started out by directing it, but then he had to take a personal leave of absence during the production of the movie. And rather than just, putting the movie on hold and, getting back to it, they kind of rushed it. In other words, one of the main producers of the film, Joss Whedon, who we all know is known for directing the 2012 hit film The Avengers, and that was a great film, don't get me wrong, it definitely lived up to the hype. But sadly, the same couldn't be said about this version. So, yeah, it just seemed very rushed. I mean, there's plenty of indications right there. It didn't have enough time for proper character development, and yes, Superman with his CGI edited out mustache, because of course he was filming another movie, Mission Impossible 6. So yeah, rather than just putting this one on hold, they pretty much just rushed it, like I said before. So Zack Snyder came in and said, I'm going to redo this, reshoot pretty much every scene, and do it right. And that's pretty much what he did with this. The end result, yes, first of all, it is about 4 hours long. Just a little bit more than that, actually, if you include the end credits. And second of all, it's actually divided in several parts, which makes it a mini-series, even though, unlike something like you see on Disney Plus, like the Mandalorian series, for example, or any of the Marvel series that you got, like WandaVision and The Falcon and Winter Soldier, just to name a few examples, where you have to download each part if you're going to watch it on your computer, iPad, or phone, or anything like that. No. This is all, if you download this, it's all in one part, but it is divided in several parts, if that makes any sense to you. Each time there's a different chapter, the screen blacks out and it says what that chapter is. And that's good. That's not a bad idea, actually. So, yeah, you really have to have a lot of time to watch this whole thing straight through, and you're probably not going to without taking at least one or two bathroom breaks. And, if you were to watch this throughout the, in theaters, there's no way you can do it. I mean, yes, I've seen plenty of long movies in theaters, but watching a 4-hour movie straight through without at least one or two intermissions is much easier said than done. And this one is no exception. I could not watch it all the way through without at least one or two breaks. And, okay, I am going to try to keep spoilers to a minimum and just say what things they improved over it. First of all, the character development. Heavily improved. Yes, I mean, they give the backstories behind, not to spoil anything too major, but somewhat mild to moderate spoilers, they develop Cyborg's character. You barely got anything of his character in the theatrical version. I mean, you see a couple of short clips, and that's really about it. This version of it has everything about him. So, whether or not he's going to get that movie about him is kind of up in the air still, and at this point, I don't really see the need of it. I mean, you get plenty of it in this movie. You see more of Aquaman, underwater scenes. Even though he got his movie that takes place technically after this one, still, the scenes were good. You see plenty of the Flash scenes, and I know he's a bit of an annoying character. He's still kind of the same, but they improved it a little bit better, and they added one scene which actually is pretty necessary. And with Superman, another thing I should probably pinpoint is they gave him the black suit, and okay, you've seen the 2017 one, you probably know right off the bat, he comes back after the death of him in Batman v Superman. So again, spoiler alert there, but then again, not really. But yes, he gets the black suit in this movie, unlike the 2017 one where he doesn't. And there's plenty more clips and development with Aquaman. There's that one scene at the beginning which I think was very well done, and the action scenes, especially with the Amazons, was really good. In fact, all the action scenes were a lot better. Yes, a lot of slow motion in a lot of them. There's a few long dialogue scenes, but again, it may seem like filler, but it's there for its purpose. It's to develop. It's to give you all the genuine impression of every character, which doesn't seem overstuffed. It's actually necessary. It's not like Batman v Superman, where it's just a lot of flub and filler. It's really necessary, and it has purpose. Even the opening scene with Wonder Woman, where she rescues all those kids in that building, at the beginning of... It's in here, but it's shot a lot better. Every scene is. Even this final epic, showdown scene against Steppenwolf. And it's not just Steppenwolf. You actually get Darkseid in this. Yes, he's pretty much the pawn of him. Every action scene is shot so much better. It's completely altered, but it looks more like a movie and less like a video game cutscene, which is pretty much what the 2017 one did. And I enjoyed that film first couple of times viewing it, but now rewatching it again, I sort of see why people got on it and pretty much bashed it for what it is. Because yeah, it really was just rushed. It was made for the sake of trying to get it in time for the Thanksgiving Day weekend rush, which is pretty much what they released it to. And this one, they took their time with it. They did it right, and Zach Snyder, with him as the director, and even with extra characters and surprises that you'll see along the way, you can only hope that he's going to continue with the DC Extended Universe under his direction. So, whether or not he's a hit or miss director, I think he did an excellent job doing this movie and reshooting everything the right way, picking up and cleaning up the mess that Joss Whedon left. Now, I'm not saying he's a bad director. He did great with the Avengers, but then again, he also did Alien Resurrection, which was pretty much an unnecessary sequel to an unnecessary sequel. I mean, what are you going to do? This was definitely not Joss Whedon's movie to direct. This was Zack Snyder's. Give him a chance. I know Batman v Superman Director's Cut actually did better than the original theatrical version, so maybe he's just made to make these kind of movies. So, if you have an HBO Max subscription, even get the free trial, it's worth it. I mean, not only with this, but even with Godzilla vs. Kong coming out, if you don't feel safe going to the theaters yet, which I don't blame you. I mean, I don't feel 100% safe yet with this COVID thing. Not quite over, but I'm sure we will at some point. Even though I would love to see that in IMAX 3D or Dolby or whatever. But HBO Max is pretty much on the top of their game. They don't overcharge or even upcharge you like Disney Plus does with the $30 ridiculous bullshit thing, which I sort of see their side of it at some point, but trust me, this is worth it. Even though these movies that are in theaters at the same time with the hybrid releases are just for, a limited time, and then they get taken off and eventually released to Blu-ray and, any type of home media or streaming. But trust me, people, this one was worth it. I would definitely say a lot better than Wonder Woman 1984. Yeah, I was a little disappointed in that one. But give this one a chance, give yourself a lot of time, or watch it, take breaks, whatever. This one definitely brings it, justice for sure. So, anyway, that's my review on it. The final verdict, rocking Wii Remote Wii Motion Plus up, and a plain Wii Remote up. Brings plenty of justice, under the direction of Zack Snyder, the way he should have. So, till next time, keep watching.